You open your eyes, the room is still totally dark, the house is just dead quiet, and you are just staring up at the ceiling.
Yeah, before you even move a single muscle.
Exactly. Before you've spoken a single word to another living soul, there is this low, quiet hum of worry.
Like a heavy weight in the room.
Yes, it is this strange, heavy feeling that you are already behind. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
You have not even faced a real problem yet. Your feet have not even touched the floor, but your chest just feels tight.
Like you are already rushing.
Right. You feel like you are rushing even while you are lying perfectly still in your own bed.
It is such a common, quiet struggle. I mean, it really is. And it is so incredibly easy to feel that tightness in your chest and just accept it.
We really do just accept it, don't we?
We do. We tell ourselves, well, this is just what being a busy adult feels like. We brush it off as normal.
Like it is just a rule of life now.
Exactly. We think that having a tight chest before dawn is just the price of admission for having a job or, a family or just basic duties.
But when you really pause and look at it, it is just such a heavy way to start the day.
It really is.
To wake up and feel like the day is already flipping through your fingers before it even really begins.
Yeah, that subtle tilt is everything.
That is exactly the tension. It makes you wonder, why does a random Tuesday sometimes feel completely decided by 9 in the morning?
Right, because you know that exact feeling.
You get to work
Yeah.
or you sit down to start your first task and you just feel on edge. You feel reactive.
Every little request feels like a massive demand.
Totally. And you cannot even pinpoint what went wrong. The whole day just feels subtly tilted in the wrong direction.
And it is not even lunchtime yet.
Exactly. Why does that happen?
Well, it usually happens because we completely misunderstand what those first moments of the day actually are.
What do you mean?
So those first 90 minutes of your morning, they are this incredibly fragile, invisible window.
Fragile in what way?
It is a time when your mind is deeply open and taking shape. In that short, quiet window, your mind is actually making more silent choices about how it will handle stress than in all the hours that follow.
Wait, really? More silent choices in the first hour?
Yeah. The version of you that exists at minute 5 of your day is running on a completely different system than the version of you 3 hours later.
Okay, wait, let's unpack that. Because, the way we normally think about waking up is that we are just turning on.
Like a machine.
Right, like a blank slate.
Mm-hmm.
We go to sleep, the brain powers down, and when we wake up, we think we are starting from zero.
We really do assume that.
We think we have this calm, empty space waiting for us to fill it.
But that is the false blank slate. That is like the biggest myth of the morning.
So we are not a blank slate.
Not at all. We do not wake up from a neutral place. Your body has a natural waking cycle, and you are waking up right in the middle of a massive internal swing.
A massive swing.
Yeah, think about it. Your body has been lying still in the dark for hours. To get you to wake up, it has to physically pump waking chemicals through your blood.
Oh, wow. I never really thought about the physical effort of just waking up.
Right. It is rushing a huge amount of energy through your system just to get you upright and alert.
So it is working hard before we even open our eyes.
Exactly. So you are not waking up neutral. You are waking up with this massive surge of raw, natural energy that you are not even fully aware of.
It makes me think of booting up an older computer.
Oh, that is a great image.
You lift the screen, and you think you are getting a fresh start, but instead, it already has 50 heavy tabs open in the background from the night before.
Yes. The fan is running hot.
Right. The memory is full, and the whole thing is just screaming.
That's exactly what it feels like.
And if you reach over in the dark and grab your phone in the first 60 seconds of waking up, you take all that raw waking energy, and you completely misread it.
You interpret it as panic.
Yes. You give that natural energy a reason to panic.
That is a perfect way to look at it. You take the physical surge that was meant to just help you stand up, and you attach it to a work email.
Or a news headline.
Yeah, or a text message.
Yeah.
And suddenly, you feel it as urgency or stress.
But why do we do that? Like, why is our first instinct to reach out and grab the very thing that makes us panic?
Because we live in a world that pushes this intense, narrow idea of productivity.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
We have this deep, quiet fear that if we are not instantly plugged in, if we are not rushing to answer questions and solve problems the second our eyes open, then we are falling behind.
We think we are failing if we are just sitting still.
Exactly. We run through those early moments on pure autopilot, carrying the subtle anger simply because we think we have to prove our worth before the sun is even fully up.
Wow. We think we have to earn our right to be awake by being useful right away.
Yes, that is the exact trap of modern productivity.
So we wake up with all this raw physical energy and this hidden pressure to be useful.
A heavy mix, right?
Very heavy. If we do not step back, if we just instantly fill that fresh space with other people's thoughts, what is that actually doing to the mechanics of the mind for the rest of the day?
Well, think of your fresh mind in that first hour as an unusually clean glass lens.
Okay, a clean lens.
The very first thing you let in acts as the tint or the filter for everything else. That first input shapes your perception for the hours to come.
That is a really powerful way to frame it.
If you start with a calm, gentle moment, you carry a steady lens. You see the world clearly.
But if you start by reading angry opinions,
Or bad news or loud demands, you tint the glass red. You create a deeply reactive lens.
so you start viewing your whole day through that red tint.
Exactly. You start viewing every mild problem through a lens of chaos and threat, all because of your first input.
That brings up a great point about the things we let in. I have this friend, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
She is 24, right in the thick of trying to figure out who she really is and her career and her whole life.
That is a lot of pressure right there.
It really is. For the longest time, she would wake up and the very first thing she did was reach over and pull the screen right to her face in the dark.
Oh, no. Just diving right into the noise.
Just diving in. She was taking in endless pictures of other people's lives, other people's wins, perfectly staged moments.
And that alters your perception instantly.
Completely. And she told me she felt crushed by it. She felt this heavy shadow of comparison before her feet even touched the floor.
It is so common. That comparison culture just drains you before you even start your day.
Exactly. But then she made one simple shift.
What did she do?
It was not a massive life change. She just started leaving the device out of her room entirely.
Just kept it in the kitchen or something?
Yeah, outside the bedroom.
Yeah.
She bought a simple clock.
Yeah.
And she just woke up, sat there on the edge of the bed, and stretched for 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes?
Just 10 minutes of breathing and being in her own body. And she said it felt like she reclaimed her entire day. For the first time, the morning belonged to her, before it belonged to anyone else's opinions or demands.
That is a huge shift in mindset. Just by leaving the phone outside, she basically took her morning back.
She really did.
She chose to let her mind boot up on its own terms.
But, I need to push back on this a little bit.
Sure, go for it.
Because I think a lot of people listening are wondering the exact same thing I am right now.
What is that?
Let's say I grab my phone, and it's just 5 minutes of looking at a screen.
Just a quick check.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I am just glancing at a few emails or scrolling a feed while I wake up. It feels so minor.
It does feel harmless.
How does a 5-minute habit in bed actually change how I handle a stressful meeting at 2 in the afternoon? I mean, it is just 5 minutes.
I get why it feels minor. But it comes down to how your brain handles mental clarity.
Mental clarity.
Yeah. In those first few moments after waking, your mental bandwidth is completely clear. It is precious and it is limited.
So we only get a certain amount.
Your brain only has so much fresh focus to give in a single day. When you hand that fresh, clear attention over to the noise of the world right away, you drain the tank instantly.
So it is not about the time it takes, it is about the energy cost.
Exactly. You are forcing your brain to process hundreds of tiny, intense decisions.
Like what kind of decisions?
Like, do I care about this photo? Do I need to reply this email? Why is this news so bad?
Oh, wow. I never thought of scrolling as making decisions.
But it is. You spend your best, clearest focus on things that do not actually matter to your real life.
So by the time that meeting rolls around at 2 in the afternoon...
Right. When you actually need your brain to handle a complex problem, you have zero clarity left for yourself.
Because you spent your calm before you even got out of bed.
Yes. You gave it all away to the screen.
Okay, that makes complete sense. We are basically spending our daily allowance of focus on random noise before breakfast.
It is a rough habit.
But it's not just what we put into our minds, is it? It is also what we do with our physical bodies in those early moments.
Oh, the physical side is huge.
Because the physical transition of the morning is just as jarring. Think about the physical path we take.
From the bed to the kitchen.
Right. We wake up completely depleted. We've been lying in a dark room for 8 hours. And then we walk from a dim, dark bedroom straight into a dim, dark kitchen.
And we know exactly what comes next.
We all do. The very first thing we do is pour a cup of dark, strong coffee.
Just running on pure caffeine.
Yes. We take a body that has essentially been fasting from fluids all night, a body that is begging for hydration, and we hit it with caffeine.
Which doesn't hydrate you at all.
No. Does not even give the body the basic water it needs to send signals to the brain. We just force it to run faster on empty.
It really is a strange loop we get stuck in.
It is very strange when you think about it.
We try to force energy from the outside instead of just waking up the energy we already have.
So how do we wake up the energy we already have?
Well, the great thing about human biology is that tiny physical changes can shift your entire mood.
Like what kind of changes?
Just drinking a tall glass of plain water before you even touch that coffee.
It's just water.
Yeah, think about the mechanics of it. Your brain has been in a drought for 8 hours.
Right. It is totally dry.
It literally needs fluids to fire electrical signals clearly. Water gently wakes up your physical system and brings back a sharp, clear mind naturally.
That makes total sense. And what about light?
Light is vital.
Because you hear people talk about getting sunlight early on, but what is the actual mechanism there? Like, why does looking at the sky change my mood?
It is all about how your brain knows what time it is.
Okay.
When you get out into natural light, when you let morning light physically hit your eyes, it sends a direct signal to your brain.
What does the signal do?
It physically halts the production of sleep chemicals. It anchors your inner clock.
Oh, wow.
It tells your nervous system, hey, we are awake, the day has begun, you are safe to move. It gives your mood a steady floor for the rest of the day.
It is wild how well that works. I know this guy, David.
Let me guess, he changed his lighting.
He did. He is 38, and his afternoons were always full of this heavy, awful brain fog.
That midday crash.
Yeah. Around 3 o'clock every day, he felt like he was walking through mud.
Just the worst feeling.
He thought he was just getting older, or that his job was too hard, but he did not change his job.
It changed his morning.
He just changed his morning. He added a large glass of water, stepped outside to get some light on his face, and took a short walk around the block.
That is it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Within a month, his afternoons were sharp again. The 3 o'clock crash was completely gone.
And his job did not magically get easier.
No, the work was exactly the same. His starting point just shifted.
That is the power of it.
Because he gave his body the actual tools it needed to wake up, his energy lasted through the whole day.
It proves how much the morning sets the tone.
It really does. And it is the same with feeling stuck in a rut. My friend Michael is 47, and he was running the exact same morning loop for 20 straight years.
20 years?
Yeah. Alarm, dark kitchen, coffee, car, work.
Just a total routine.
Exactly. He felt completely trapped, like his mornings were just this rigid cage he had built around himself.
That is a heavy place to be.
It is. He was just surviving his own life. But he didn't do some massive overhaul.
He didn't quit his job and move to the woods?
No. All he did was take his coffee out to the front porch for 5 minutes in the morning light.
Just 5 minutes on the porch.
Just 5 silent minutes before checking his phone or talking to anyone. And he said it gave him this profound feeling that he was actually choosing his morning.
Choosing it rather than just letting it happen to him.
Exactly.
That feeling of choice is vital. It changes your whole mindset.
It really does give you agency.
But the problem is, when people hear stories about changing their mornings, they assume they need this intense, rigid discipline.
Oh, totally.
They think they need to become a completely different person. They think they need to wake up at 4 in the morning, jump into an ice bath, run 5 miles.
And do this exhausting, perfect 3-hour routine just to find some peace.
Yes, the myth of the perfect routine.
The whole internet is full of people telling you that if you don't read a book and run a marathon before 6 in the morning, you are failing at life.
It is a complete trap.
Why is it a trap?
Because rigid, heavy routines almost always fall apart for normal people. They require too much sheer force.
Right. It is just exhausting to maintain.
And when they inevitably break down because you are tired or your kids wake up early, they just leave us feeling deeply ashamed.
We think we failed the day.
Exactly. But real resilience does not come from a punishing routine. It comes from tiny, gentle actions.
You call them micro actions, right?
Yes, micro actions.
What does a micro action actually look like in practice?
It can be as simple as taking 5 slow breaths before you even throw the covers off.
Just breathing in bed.
Just lying there and breathing deeply. Because slow breathing physically signals safety to your nervous system.
It calms you down.
It tells your rushing system that there is no tiger in the room, there is no fire to put out, you are safe.
That is so simple.
Or maybe your micro action is just making the bed, or writing down a single sentence in a notebook.
These actions take 30 seconds.
But they change the whole path of the morning.
That makes me think of Sarah. She is 31, and the pressure she was under at her corporate job was just crushing her.
Just total burnout.
Yeah, and she was dealing with heavy money stress, too.
That is a tough combo.
It is. Her old way of coping was to lie in bed and check work emails in the dark the second she woke up.
Oh, diving right into the stress.
She thought she was being highly productive. She thought, if I just clear these emails now, I will be ahead of the game.
But it never actually works that way, does it?
Never. It just made her tense before she even stood up.
Of course it did.
She was answering demands while lying flat on her back, but she realized it was destroying her peace.
So what did she change?
She didn't quit her job. She just moved her phone across the room.
Simple enough.
When she woke up, instead of reaching for a screen, she just lay there and breathed slowly for 2 minutes. She stretched her arms.
And did it help?
She said her sense of being overwhelmed just dropped. The heavy work was still there, the money stress was still there, but she owned her first moments.
She took her power back.
Exactly. She faced the heavy work from a steady, grounded place instead of a reactive one.
What Sarah did there shows us something vital about how our habits shape us.
What is that?
It is not just the specific actions you take in the morning, it is the order of those actions.
The order matters.
Huge difference. When you do one small thing for yourself, just one thing, like breathing or drinking water, before you answer to the heavy demands of the world, you build a quiet sense of control.
You put yourself first.
You prove to yourself physically that your own needs matter.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But putting yourself first, even for 2 minutes, you break that cycle.
Exactly. Doing that breaks the natural bias we all have to just please everyone else right away.
We do have that bias, don't we?
We all have that urge to instantly prove we are good workers, good parents, good friends.
Always proving ourselves.
But when you take 2 minutes for yourself, you break the pleasing cycle before it even starts. You build a wall around your own peace.
Let's sit with that for a moment, because it all sounds so right and the mechanics make perfect sense. But we are also just human.
Very human.
We get tired. We get weak. What happens on the days we just mess up?
Ah, the messy days.
Yeah, the days where you wake up, you feel heavy, the world feels loud, you pull the phone into bed, and suddenly you have been scrolling for an hour.
We have all been there.
The morning feels totally ruined, and now the rest of the day just feels like something you have to survive.
That is the most human thing in the world. Every single person does that.
It is easy to beat yourself up over it.
But the answer to those days is never to attack yourself. Harsh, angry self-judgment never, ever helps.
It really doesn't.
You cannot shame yourself into a better morning. We build these reactive morning loops because modern life asks so much of us.
It is exhausting.
And it is entirely normal to seek comfort in a glowing screen when you are tired.
Right, if you fight yourself, you just create more stress.
Exactly. It is basic human psychology. The secret to real, lasting growth is simply to notice your current habits without judging them.
Just notice them.
Just watch what you do. See it clearly. Say to yourself, oh, I am hiding in my phone right now because I am stressed about that meeting.
Just naming it without being mean to yourself.
Honest awareness always has to come before any real change. You cannot force a new path through sheer willpower.
Willpower always runs out.
Always.
So instead of using willpower, what do?
You gently shift the physical space around you. You change the room so that the good choice is the easy choice.
And I love that.
Make the physical space do the heavy lifting.
You just set up a gentle path for your future self.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of waking up and yelling at yourself to be better, you just leave the phone charger outside the bedroom door the night before.
Such a simple fix.
You set a glass of water on the nightstand so it's waiting for you. You leave the bedroom curtains open, just a tiny crack, so the morning light can find your face naturally.
Yes. You stop forcing things. You stop trying to be a perfect machine of productivity.
You just let go of that pressure.
You just choose to meet the morning with a little more intent and a little less reaction. You just meet the day where it is, and you meet yourself where you are.
That really changes how you look at the whole concept of waking up. It takes all the heavy pressure off.
It really does.
And it leaves you with this really powerful question to think about tonight before you go to sleep.
What is that?
What if tomorrow morning your only goal isn't to rush into being productive, but simply to meet those first 90 minutes as yourself, before you have to become an employee, a parent, or a profile on a screen?
These thoughts, these questions, they don't have to stop here. Geeks Mindset has many more podcasts and videos just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and explore other episodes. They all flow the same thoughtful way. If this podcast felt genuinely useful to you, share it with even one person in your life. That one share can bring a real change in someone's life, and it helps Geeks Mindset reach more people who truly need this. If this brought you real value, look for the join button right next to the Geeks Mindset logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Mindset Support Circle. Your support helps honest mindset awareness reach thousands who are silently struggling. Geeks Mindset moves forward because of you. Thank you so much from the heart for being here.